Hi, and welcome to Wowflow. Now, the most probable reason you're looking at this video or you're looking for the solution is because you have issues in your facility management that you would love to improve. Issues like the documentation is a problem for you since every additional email and picture in hundreds of your WhatsApp messages and groups is additional work to document it properly. The coordination over multiple channels and follow-ups also the same. And the scheduling all of your work, probably manually done in Excel or in your Outlook calendar to follow up and also to document if it's done, also makes your daily work quite harder as it should be. For you to evaluate how many repairs and tasks were done on the assets that you are responsible for and how many scheduled tasks are planned and are they really done also takes you most probably a lot of manual work to look up at. And last but not least, your keys and your equipment might get lost and you don't know where they are because they're handed over without any documentation or paper documentation in a way where you cannot easily keep track of it. One thing that I have recently learned is that the different solutions actually compete in approaches and not features. And the magic question is which approach fits for you and works for you. And there are different ones. The most common one is using email, WhatsApp, Excel, Sheets, which is great for a start, but in the long run, mainly and most probably the reason why you struggle. The typical term of a solution in a facility management is a CAFM solution, which are very powerful tools, but as powerful as they are also very implementation heavy, taking years to implement, not months, and therefore the budget as well, the time resources you have to put in is very high. In the end, what happens often is that most of the people actually use up to 20% of the possibilities of these tools, and it's really a very dedicated people that needs to work in them. Taking an intern, a possibility that in the long run also takes you a lot of time and resources as well and isn't working that well on the long run. And finally, creating your own solution with your in-house teams or development companies can work. It's highly customizable for you, still high risk because you are paying for hours of the software development and not for a solution that needs to give you a result to your problem. That brings us to a main question of what does the perfect solution look like? And here's the question, do the approaches that we see how to solve a problem also fit your vision how it should be solved? In our experience, the solution needs to be simple. Simple to implement in just days or weeks with all of your existing data uploaded, and also allow everybody to work there since you as a facility manager have a lot of people to work with and coordinate, internal and external. Also to provide you a structured documentation similar to a CAFM solution, but in a much easier to use and understand and in the end find manner. And the costs of a solution should be 10 times less, meaning that in a worst case, the maximum cost of a solution should be at the beginning point of a CAFM solution. That actually brings us to Wowflow, a simple facility management solution that works. I myself was a facility manager, had hundreds of different ways to follow up and update, meaning also hundreds of WhatsApp groups, which you in the end mute, which you shouldn't do because they're there to inform you, as you are the bottleneck to coordinate everything. And that's what led me to Wowflow. And this is actually and exactly what Wowflow gives you. A solution that is very easy to start by having dedicated onboarding teams to help you structure your data and upload it in days, maximum weeks, and allowing everybody to easily start with the solution due to the very intuitive mobile app and as well integrating all your people and all your externals per email. Let me show you how it works. Let's say that we have an issue that we would like to report. You can create your own email for issues that can be sent to you directly, and as someone sends you that you allow with the domain this issue, you are automatically going to get it in Wowflow. And here, as you see, what here we have reported over the email now is an issue that we actually have here with the details that we can adjust and also assign our internal employees and colleagues, collaborators that we have inside, or for the first time, for example, assign someone just per email. In this case, it is going to me, and I will now automatically get here the task that I have been assigned for the issue. And I just need to open this one or show it to myself or just say reply. And as I reply, I just add, let's say, the my work that has been done. I add the invoice that I have done, and I just send it away, meaning all the information is completely integrated, and you have all of this information back in Wowflow. As you see here now, let's see all the answers that we're given, meaning the pictures of the completion as well as the invoice just over email was handed out to us. So this is one way of publicly having issue reported, delegated, and completed. The next thing for you to have a control over your facility management is to have a clear and structured asset data that can be also provided to you by the mobile solution on site as people actually work on them, can also upload the documentation as they are, pictures, additional information. You having a complete overview of the issues, meaning not planned tasks or repairs that were done, and of course the schedules and scheduled tasks that are planned in order to maintain your technical assets. The best way to have this is actually if you have a clear yearly calendar where you can see what was planned, was it done or not, and for the future or for the present moment, you can actually see in one glance what is done and what you have planned for the asset work. And finally, the documentation, a very important part where you with ease should be able to easily export and document and communicate all your work done with an email or just as an export in your CRM or ERP tool, where you just are one click away to have all the documentation of what you have done with pictures before, after, documents and everything so on, so that you never have to justify your and your team's work again. It's actually there automatized for you. And therefore, you have a bulletproof documentation of your and your team's work that can be easily adjusted and communicated to anyone. Now, more than 100 customers are very successful using Wowflow. If you go around homepage wowflow.com/references, you can have and read different customer stories. And if you like to, we can get you in touch with one of our customers. Now, everything sounds so beautiful and easy. You probably ask yourself, aren't there any problems or red flags? Well, as everywhere in life, there are. And while we are working very closely with our customers, since it is our job to make them successful, we are sending a solution and not a software, we have developed steps and approaches that help to solve following potential problems. Let's say some of your employees and colleagues are not excited. They don't want a new way of working, even though it's better. They still need some convincing. It's very normal. We have created a simple to use mobile application that helps them, and our experience shows that a minimum 50% is accepting it, which is already a great start with your investment. Let's say that also external companies might not be convinced. As we've seen right now, they're easily integrated over email. Our experience shows us that with time, they actually use the free collaboration module that they are integrated because it also helps them in their documentation within your work. Now, implementation might be heavy, you think, because you have these experiences, which is true. And this is why we have dedicated onboarding teams to help you upload your data and help you start as soon as possible. And if you still might have some thoughts and doubts, we have developed an evaluation package called Digital Check, where we help you with our consulting and the product for 3 to 6 months period to really evaluate, is Wowflow the right solution by implementing it and using it on site, and if not, which type of solution is going to and can help you solve your and improve your facility management. If you have any questions, feel free to book a free 30 minutes consultation call. If we cannot help you, we'll make sure to reference you to someone who can. And if you want, feel free to start with Wowflow today.